Hey guys, another video here for you folks. Today we're going to review my Zastava M85 chambered in 223. Before we get started, I'll just let you know that the gun is empty. There is nothing in the chamber. So, alright, so let's start from the back. Let's have a nice recoil pad there. And the stock is made of walnut. See some checkering. Rifle does come with iron sights, and the front hood sight, the hood can be removed if you don't like it. Some people don't. You can get rid of it if you like, if you choose to, if you ever own one of these. And the rear sight does flip up and down and is adjustable, so you don't have to worry if you buy one of these, put a scope on it, the rear sight will flip down. So not an issue there. So I bought this rifle with the intent to get into some coyote hunting. I got lots of coyotes here around where I live, and I thought, well, let's get into some coyote hunting. I've never really done it, so I bought this. And I was all excited, and then I started cycling that action, and wow. So that was where I'm going to start talking here today. So maybe others that are watching this, if you own one of these rifles or you know somebody that's owned one of these, there is a chance that they may have complained about, the bolt and the action being very gritty. And that's very true for this rifle as well. When I got this rifle, it was gritty. I mean, I would sit there and I had to just fight it to get that bolt into the action, right? So, and it was bad. And I mean, it was horrible. So I was pretty frustrated. I didn't really know how to handle that. So what I did was originally I went out and I got some 450 and 600 grit sandpaper, and I cut them into strips about 2 or 3 inches long, and I used the sandpaper to try and smooth out inside the action here. You can see maybe down in where the rails are there, along down in here, and then on the other side right along in there. And what I did was I got that sandpaper in there, and I just tried to sand and just try and really smooth out those rails where the bolt rides, because I mean it was bad. And that kind of worked sort of okay, but I wasn't really happy with it. So I went out and I bought some JB cleaning compound. It's a small little white jar, white container. Blue letters on it, JB cleaning compound. And I put the JB cleaning compound on the bolt. Right? I put it all on the bolt, all around the bolt. None on the bolt face though. I don't want to do that. It gets in the bolt face, and that's not really a good place to have it. And it's been said that this cleaning compound is like, it's sandpaper in itself. And so I thought, well, let's try it. Let's see if it works. And it did. So I got the bolt covered, and I got into the action, and just started cycling, and watched a couple of movies, cycling, and it works. It really did work to clean out the grittiness in the action. It's, as you guys can see, it's a lot smoother now, right? And it was not like that when I got it and when I started doing this little project. So that helped a lot. That really did help a lot to smooth that action out, and I'm glad I did, because it was bad. So there was that. I got that done, and it's a lot smoother. One spot though that I will let you guys know, if you get into one of these rifles and you're going to do the same thing, is the rear of the action here seemed for me to be the one spot that, for whatever reason, was just the grittiest. It was the worst. So I took the bolt out, cleaned the bolt off after my my cycling sessions, cleaned everything down, and then got a Q-tip and got right into here as much as I could with a Q-tip in that compound, and just lubed it right up, and then got my bolt back and would just work the bolt and come back and just make sure that I was really working the rear of the action here to smooth it out. And I mean, now it's a heck of a lot smoother. So that was something that needed to happen, and I did it, and it's, like I said, it's a lot smoother now. I'm really glad I did that. So JB cleaning compound helps a lot, or 450 and 600 grit sandpaper, if that's something you want to entertain. What else about this rifle that I want to mention to you? You know, as you guys can see, there is some checkering there. And, you know, to be perfectly honest with you, the checkering's there, but it's okay. It's there, it is what it is. I'm not overly spectacularly impressed with it. I've seen better checkering jobs on rifles. Could it be that maybe possibly they were doing the checkering on the stocks was being done maybe the morning after the Christmas party? Possible. So anyways, it's checkering, it's there. It's, you know, it is what it is. Doesn't excite me, that's to be perfectly honest. So there's that. That kind of takes care of that. The other thing I'll mention with this rifle is the trigger. It's okay. It's, you know, it's nothing to really to write home to them about. There is, you know, there is some take, a little bit of take up there. Not a lot, but it's, I've definitely had smoother triggers. You know, obviously it's not an Accu trigger like you might find on a Savage, but, you know, again, it's, for what it is, it's just fine, but it's, you know, there's some take up, and it's, yeah, not the greatest, doable, but doable. So there's that. Mounting a scope. I do have a scope with rings, and I have the bases installed. I put on the scope and the rings earlier just to, you know, to see how it would cycle, how it cycles when you got a scope on. And the problem that I found was that when you get your scope mounted on here, when you come up here like this with your bolt handle, there's very little clearance to really get in there and get a hold of the bolt and cycle another round. There's really not a lot of clearance there, and it's if you were, say, you know, in like the wintertime, right, or you had gloves on, or you know, in those types of situations, that could be kind of an issue, and just not a whole lot of room to really get in there, and you got to kind of like 2 fingers, and so, you know, that's another small issue I found, but again, it's kind of, it is what it is. You know, you can't really change that too much, so I may move, you know, maybe adjust my scope, move it forward a little more to try and adjust for that. You know, I'll kind of deal with that. I haven't really addressed that too much yet, because, like I said, I got all excited when I got the rifle, and then the bolt in action, when I realized what was going to have to be taken care of there, I put my focus there first. All in all, I'm looking forward to shooting it. I really am. I have not shot this rifle yet. I hope to do some shooting videos with it, probably in the new year. I got some other things going on in life, but I like to get out in the new year and get some rounds through it and see how it performs. It is a, you know, like I said, the magazine does come out from the bottom, right? So it's a, there's that. It's not overly heavy. I think it's right around 6 pounds. I'd have to look that up online, but it's not heavy to carry at all. Don't have an issue with that at all. Yeah, like I said, I'm looking forward to it. I'm excited to see what kind of performance I get out of it. I've got some different types of 223 ammo in storage, so I'm gonna, you know, I got some 55 grain and some 62 and some others. I don't remember the other grains I have, but I'm going to try this gun, put some different rounds through it, see what I can get out of it, and hopefully I can find one that works, and you know, get into some coyote hunting. So that's kind of the plan for now, but we'll see how it all evolves. So just one last look here for you guys. There you go. The Zastava M85, chambered in 223 Remington. So, all right, guys, I hope that helped. I hope you guys enjoyed that. And yeah, I will see you guys on the next one. All right.